The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to go over the Evinrude 150 horsepower E-TEC engine. Now, I could go over some of the technicalities like EMM control in milliseconds or injector droplet size, but that's not going to affect you as a consumer. Therefore, I'm going to talk about some of the features that directly affect you and your boating experience.
This right here is the EMM or Engine Management Module. It's the brain of the E-TEC engine. It allows instant winterization, eliminates any break-in period for the user to be concerned with, and it's also a significant component in allowing Evinrude to institute a 3-year, 300-hour, no-maintenance schedule. At the top is a flywheel with a magneto underneath, delivering a maintenance-free charging system that provides 133 amps of electricity, 50 of those dedicated to charging the batteries alone. Here's one of the most significant aspects of the E-TEC engine, the oil distribution system. Not only does it send oil to the cylinders, but it will fog the cylinders and detect a loss of oil and instruct the EMM to drop the engine down to 1200 RPM so that you can still get home while running the engine for up to 5 hours, even with no oil present. The spark plug wires are shrouded in a metallic material that gets grounded to the block. This reduces the amount of electrically generated noise interference to the electronics, which means you'll have clean readings on your fish finder. The electronic fuel injectors are not only able to distribute fuel, but they also create all the pressure for the fuel coming into the engine, so there's no need to have any fuel pumps. It operates by way of a magnet and coils of wire, much the same way a speaker resonates, and each one is simply plug and play. This is the Fast Rise inductive ignition system, providing a quick charge to the spark plugs, as well as a longer duration of firing, which gives longer life to the plugs. Over here is the fuel filter water separator, which is easy to spin off and change, and I found that separating water is a major benefit with the ethanol fuel that we have nowadays. It's also got a 10 micron filter, so there's no need for additional filters in the boat. And here's a neat feature. The main system fuse is not only very easy to get to and visually check, but there's also a spare mounted right next to it. And here's an important note. This engine is approved for salt water, meaning that all the painted surfaces go through a 4-part anti-corrosion process. All the fittings are stainless steel, not nickel-plated steel, and there are sacrificial zincs, one above the anti-ventilation plate, one in the prop hub, and one under the swivel bracket, and these are designed to deteriorate before any other metal components. While you can't stop corrosion, Evinrude has managed to slow it to a crawl. Now let's see how this Evinrude E-TEC performs. We tested this particular engine on 2 different boats. First was a deck boat with an empty weight of 2,300 pounds and a test weight of 3,318 pounds. The E-TEC 150 reached the top speed at 5,500 RPM and 43.6 miles per hour. At that speed, fuel burn was measured to be 15.2 gallons per hour. Best cruise came in at 3,000 RPM and 20.6 miles per hour. That reduced the fuel burn to only 4.2 gallons per hour. The 150 gave us quick acceleration, bringing us to planing speed in only 2.6 seconds, accelerating to 20 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, and passing through 30 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds. The second test was conducted on a pontoon boat with an empty weight of 2,295 pounds and a test weight of 3,013 pounds. In this instance, top speed was reached at 5,650 RPM and 34.9 miles per hour. Fuel burn was 15.7 gallons per hour at that speed. Best cruise was reached at 3,000 RPM and 16.4 miles per hour. That generated a fuel burn of 4.2 gallons per hour. Clearly, the bow configuration plays a big part of the performance. In both instances, the engines perform very well, giving no delays throughout the speed range and instantaneous responses.
Well, that's a look at some of the features of the 150 horsepower Evinrude E-TEC engine. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.